Have you ever wondered why an elderly Shaolin monk can hold a position that leaves younger, stronger people trembling in just a few seconds? By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why that happens, and you'll learn the 6 isometric strength exercises that have quietly built incredible stability, balance, and control for generations. These aren't flashy movements or complicated routines. They don't require expensive equipment or hours in the gym. Instead, they train the kind of strength that most people overlook until the day they realize they've lost it. Stay with me until the end, because the final exercise is considered the foundation of everything else, and once you try it, you'll immediately discover where your own body is truly strong and where it's secretly weak. Imagine a 70-year-old Shaolin monk standing completely still, holding a position for 5 full minutes while someone decades younger gives up after only 15 seconds. At first glance, it looks impossible. Most people assume that kind of ability comes from unusual genetics or years of lifting heavy weights, but that's not the secret at all. What separates them is that they've spent years training a form of strength that modern fitness often ignores. The ability to create unwavering tension without movement. Let's put that idea to the test right now. Stand with your back against a wall. Slowly slide down until your thighs are perfectly parallel to the floor, creating a 90-degree angle at your knees. There isn't a chair beneath you. Your muscles become the chair. Hold that position. 10 seconds doesn't sound difficult until you actually do it. By now, you'll probably feel your legs beginning to warm up. Keep holding. Around 20 seconds, something changes. The muscles begin to burn, your breathing becomes more noticeable, and your legs may even start to shake. Most people assume this shaking means they're weak or doing something wrong. In reality, it's evidence that muscles buried deep beneath the surface are finally being forced to participate. Over time, this simple hold strengthens the muscles that support your knees from the outside. If walking downstairs bothers your knees, if going downhill feels uncomfortable, or if standing up from a chair feels harder than it should, building strength here can make everyday movements feel noticeably easier. Begin with 30 seconds. As your control improves, gradually work toward holding 60 seconds without shifting your feet, collapsing your posture, or searching for relief. As demanding as that exercise feels, it is only the beginning. The second hold introduces a completely different challenge because now your entire body has to work together instead of relying mostly on your legs. Many people perform lunges and notice only the front leg working. That's because the rear side of the body often remains passive. This hold changes that completely. The front leg supports your weight, the rear glute stabilizes your hips, your core prevents your spine from collapsing, and your shoulders open your chest as your arms remain overhead. Instead of isolating one area, your body functions as one connected system. People who practice this position consistently often notice their hips becoming more comfortable within a relatively short period of time. That's because many persistent aches aren't caused by serious injuries but by hips that have gradually become both tight and weak from years of sitting. This hold addresses both problems simultaneously by lengthening the muscles while forcing them to produce strength. Hold each side for around 30 seconds before switching. If you could choose only one exercise to keep for the rest of your life, this would deserve serious consideration because it improves strength, mobility, posture, and balance all at once. Here's a simple way to see where you stand. Lie face down on the floor. Extend your arms in front of you and straighten your legs. Lift your chest, your arms, and your legs a few inches off the ground at the same time. Then hold. If your body begins shaking after only 10 seconds, your posterior chain needs more attention than you probably realized. This position leaves no room for shortcuts. Gravity constantly tries to pull you back to the floor while your lower back, glutes, hamstrings, and upper back work together to keep you elevated. Every second demands cooperation between muscles that many people rarely train properly. One common mistake is allowing the legs to fall first. When that happens, much of the support disappears. Keep your legs lifted so your lower body creates a stable foundation, allowing your spine to lengthen naturally rather than collapsing under fatigue. Many people blame ongoing back discomfort entirely on structural problems when weakness plays a much larger role than they realize. Building endurance throughout the entire backside of your body improves your ability to support your spine during everyday movements without needing machines or complicated equipment. rest briefly before repeating another round. By now, you've challenged your legs, hips, and posterior chain. The next exercise shifts attention towards something many people don't even realize is limiting their movement every single day. Years of sitting at desks, driving, scrolling through phones, and leaning over computers gradually shorten these muscles. Most people don't notice the change until they begin standing with rounded shoulders, reduced overhead mobility, or persistent stiffness across the upper back. Here's a quick assessment. Stand tall and slowly raise both arms straight overhead. If your lower back arches before your arms reach vertical, your lats are restricting the movement instead of allowing your shoulders to move freely. Holding this doorway position each day gradually encourages those tight muscles to lengthen while remaining under control. Instead of forcing the stretch by bouncing, breathe steadily and allow your back to open with patience. 45 seconds is often enough to begin reversing years of accumulated stiffness. Traditional Shaolin training often treated this hold as a benchmark before progressing to more advanced exercises. The reasoning was simple. If you cannot stabilize your body while motionless, adding movement only hides weaknesses rather than correcting them. The trembling that eventually appears isn't something to fear. It's your nervous system recruiting additional muscle fibers to maintain the position as fatigue increases. That's exactly the adaptation you're trying to create. Start by holding 20 seconds. As your strength develops, build toward 45. When you eventually return to regular push-ups, you'll notice greater stability throughout every repetition. Finally, we arrive at the exercise many practitioners consider the foundation beneath everything else. Lie flat on your back with your arms extended overhead and your legs completely straight. Lift your shoulders from the floor while raising your legs only about 6 inches. At the same time, press your lower back firmly into the ground so there is no space underneath it. Then, hold. Every muscle through your midsection immediately switches on. Your abdominal muscles brace intensely while your hip flexors and quadriceps work together to maintain the position. The objective isn't simply to feel your abs burning, it's to create one solid connected unit from your shoulders to your hips. What makes this hold different is that it teaches your core to prepare before force arrives rather than reacting after movement has already begun. That subtle difference can dramatically improve stability during lifting, running, jumping, or even recovering from an unexpected stumble. Pay attention to one detail while holding the position. The instant your lower back lifts away from the floor, your abdominal muscles have stopped doing their job and your spine has started compensating. That's your current limit. Accept it, remember it, and gradually improve it over time. Another common mistake is raising the legs too high. Higher legs make the exercise easier by reducing the demand on your core. Keeping them roughly 6 inches above the floor maintains the challenge exactly where it belongs. Elite gymnasts have relied on this position for decades because it exposes weaknesses immediately. It doesn't allow momentum, shortcuts, or compensation. Either your body maintains the position with complete control or it doesn't. Begin with 20 seconds, even if it feels much longer. Add 5 seconds each week and allow your body to adapt steadily rather than rushing the process. Most people don't notice they're becoming weaker until climbing stairs feels harder, getting out of a chair requires effort, or an unexpected movement causes pain. By then, they're trying to recover abilities they quietly lost over many years. Shaolin training follows a different philosophy. Instead of waiting for weakness to announce itself, it prepares the body long before problems appear. These 6 isometric holds require no machines, no complicated routines, and no expensive memberships. They ask only for patience, consistency, and complete control. Master those qualities, and you'll develop a kind of strength that isn't measured by how much weight you can lift, but by how confidently your body supports you through every movement life demands.